Welcome back, everybody. It's Friday and time to talk parenting. We all know it's challenging. It can be frustrating, and that's why ABC4 News at 4 has teamed up with Donna Tatro for Kids Under Construction. She's joining us from LA via Zoom for today's conversation. And Donna, school districts across the state, all over the country, are receiving more funding than they have in decades, and now districts will be spending money on what really impacts our kids the most. So let's talk about this and how really learning recovery from the pandemic is kind of forefront of the list of things we need to do going into the next school year.
Hi, Emily. Yeah, it really is. And it's interesting because these timelines are going to range between districts and states. And the districts are being allocated this time. There's a timeline of this plan to get into place into 2024. And the way they're looking at it is, we know what's going on with the pandemic now, but we don't know how long lasting this is going to be. So that money is allocated until 2024. States, though, when they receive the money, must give this money to the districts much faster. And so that's what we're going to start seeing. And what we're seeing right now in this wave is summer learning and enrichment courses. That's what we're seeing now. Kids are really getting some extra help this summer and enrichment. And also internet access to all kids. This is a work in progress. So there's a lot that's going on, and it's going to happen throughout the years.
The pandemic really did show some loopholes and some inefficiencies we have in our education, which luckily we're able to fix some of them, at least right now. Let's talk about how this money will also help to make our schools safer.
Yeah, so a lot of this money can go to air filtration systems, buildings. A lot of our buildings in the United States, all across the states, these classrooms are old, so it can go into building restoration, PPE, vaccines, testing. So all of that is really important as we get our kids back into school and in safe schools.
Now let's talk about mental health. That was something that has been on the forefront for quite some time, but especially now after over a year of being home for some kids, and really add everything else before that. Mental health is a focus now more than ever.
It really is. Social emotional learning is a top priority in schools. You know, you've got these kids who are going back to school for the academics. There's that academic slide. But if you think about it, the social emotional slide is just as significant. And what you have to do is to get kids back up academically is you've got to get them happy at school. And that is part of the social emotional learning. So they go hand in hand. And so a lot of effort is being put into social emotional learning at this point.
Now let's talk about, you're an expert on this because you have created a curriculum guide for schools as part of this mental health portion. So kind of talk to us about what your curriculum does and what you kind of learned through that preparation period.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, I wrote the picture book, Dear Me, Letters to Myself for All of My Emotions, and that is now a curriculum in a school in Southern California, a school district, the El Monte School District, and they are working with Dear Me to help get this kind of social emotional learning to their second graders. And what they're focusing on right now via this curriculum is talking about physical health and mental health being as important as physical health. So both equally important, and giving kids this language to talk about this, and then all of the strategies within the book and the curriculum. So this is something that teachers, administrators, educators, everyone is really focusing on, and parents as well. So I think we're going to get our kids back up to speed. It's going to take time, but we have to remember we've got to focus on their mental health and the social emotional learning to get those academics back up.
Such a good reminder for everybody out there. And I know for my daughter in preschool, they've been doing that as well. And my favorite is when she comes to tell me she's sad. It's a good, cute little portion of our day and a good thing for her to be learning already. We do want to remind everyone, if you want to pick up Dear Me that Donna wrote, that is available on her website on Amazon. You can get more information on our website, abc4.com. Donna, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate your constant help as we all navigate this journey together. We do want to remind everybody that her podcast is online, abc4.com, right there, Kids Under Construction. So many topics waiting for you. And we would like to remind you that if you've got a question for Donna, send it to us, kidsunderconstruction@abc4.com. Donna, thanks so much. We'll see you next week.